for $135.99. You got the Shark Stain Force. I like the sound of that. It's basically a handheld wet dry vac. If you have pets, I see how this thing could come in handy. It's cordless too. It's not bad if you really think about it. This little tote there kind of keeps everything organized. It's rechargeable, of course. It should be that. It even has its reusable head. Of course, you got to buy the cartridges, but it's kind of cool. And it's got all the little nooks and cranny tools for $135 after $35 off. I could see this come in handy. If you want a robot vacuum that kind of takes care of those stains for you for $479 after a big $150 off, you got the Shark. Now this thing's neat because just like the name says, it's a vacuum and a mop all built in. So this is the actual vacuum mop here. It'll all come out, do its own thing, and it'll back itself out from there and dock itself back when it needs to. And it's got a wipe that'll clean the mop heads, and then a dustbin that'll suck out all the vacuum goop all in one. This guy is very similar, Robo-Rock brand, and it's $429. But one thing you want to notice, look at the sleek look at this thing. It looks much simpler, kind of just minimal. I don't know. I don't have firsthand experience of which would be better. I would probably lean with the Shark, but judging by the looks of it, but you never know. It could be $15. If you're looking for something a little more traditional, the Shark Upright for $319 after that savings, not too bad. It looks like it's got the Shark Direct, which will detect stains. If it knows there's a lot of gunk on the ground, it's going to ramp itself up, maybe get a little louder, use a little more power. It is corded, but it's kind of smart that it knows when it needs more. If you want something a little smaller for $239, this here is cordless and it actually folds in half. Imagine getting under the stairs or under a table or under the sofa, under your bed. It's like a hinge, and you can get under there so you don't have to get on the ground. You're not going to get all the way up in there, obviously, but a foot or two, not too bad. Now, if you want just a no frills vacuum for $229 after $70 off, they have the Shark Direct Performance. Again, it's got this dual head where it's got like brushes up there or in the back for carpet, and then the soft roller in the front for hardwood floors. So it kind of can do both surfaces without having to change anything. These Shark vacuums are pretty quality. My favorite feature, and it seems like they all have it, is the handle actually detaches along with the canister. So you can take it apart and use it just to clean the couch or your stairs or whatever without having that bulky thing on the bottom of it. It's really handy. If you want something a little more premium that also folds in half for $349, they have the Shark Power Detect. This thing's cool because, like the robot vacuums, it has the base on the bottom that will actually empty itself. So that way you don't have to dump it over the trash can or whatever, but it's going to also be a little more powerful, but it's also a fair amount more money. So kind of here nor there. It is going to have a little more runtime, a little more everything. So it depends on you want the Toyota or the Lexus. They both do the same thing. For $199, the regular price, this is basically as standard as it gets in the Shark platform. It's the Navigator. Again, it gets the job done. It has that similar handle where it detaches and everything. It's just not going to have as much capacity or as much power. Sometimes the filtration system on these lower end vacuums is not as good. There's just going to be a couple little bells and whistles that are missing, much like anything, but it'll still get the job done. If you want something really unique though, mostly hardwood floors or basically all hardwood floors, this 3-in-1 Ultra Tinco battery powered. It mops, vacuums, and self freaking cleans. This thing is awesome because it's all self-contained and it kind of looks just like a regular vacuum. I actually think it's a good looking unit. It's got 30 minutes of runtime. The thing about it is it doesn't have all these like giant bases and everything it has to dock into. It all just does it on its own. I think it looks vintage and modern all in the same time. See, here's one here. Check it out. It's not too big in person too, which I like because if it's like a big burly thing for $200, they had to cut some corners, in my opinion at least. And then this member value bundle makes it even sweeter. So it's a 3-year warranty, basically 2 bottles of solution, 3 extra brushes, 3 filters, and that's all included for probably less than you're going to pay anywhere else. That's the perk of shopping at Costco, in my opinion. And here we're getting the fancy stuff. We got the Dyson V10 for $549. I have the V7, V6, and V8, and I've also bought the V11 for someone else, but uh this one's missing a lot of pieces, but basically the vacuum head is right up there. All the fun stuff goes in this container, but Dysons do not get dirty. You can take the filter out, has in it basically forever, and the filter's spotless still. Looks like it hasn't been used. Those little purple cyclones in there do a really good job of separating dust from just the debris and everything. It all just goes in that container. This one says it has 60 minutes of runtime, which is a lot for a cordless vacuum. $549. It's big though. If you want something a little smaller and kind of something I would recommend just for everyday use, this is the V9. This is a little close to the V6, V7, V8s, which are the older generation now, because they're just not as basically like the V10s are up. They're really big. They're bulky and you don't always need it. It's smaller. You only get 40 minutes of runtime, which is it's still plenty. I mean, when's the last time you vacuumed for 40 minutes straight? Honestly, I think most people would be okay with this. I like that it's technically it's a negative because the dust compartment is smaller, but the whole thing is smaller. It's just easy to nimble, get in and out of there. I don't know. The only thing with this is missing. There's no freaking price showing, but what do you guys think it is? I'm gonna guess it's 429. There's the Costco display number. We'll look up what it cost and leave it in the description. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think this thing should go for. Let's guess the price together. I'm gonna say 429 on sale. But for $299, you get the Dyson Ball 3 Plus upright vacuum. For that price, that's not really that bad. This is just a traditional old school Dyson vacuum, tried and true. Dyson actually said they're going to stop improving slash making new versions of their corded vacuums because their cordless models are where they're putting all their research and development. That may sound bad, but if you think about it, that means they ironed out all of the bugs out of these things. So that in itself is kind of a good thing because it's a proven design. For $299, and these things last quite a while generally and perform really well. The warranty on these is 5 years. That's, parts and labor, that's not too bad. I feel like it used to be maybe 10, but 5, it's still not bad. It's better than 2 or 3 if you think about it, like a lot of other things do. But for $499 after $290 off, so you're saving the cost of that last vacuum. Regular $789 is this Dyson V15 Detect. That's why I'm thinking the other one cost more than $429 now. But there may be, I think there is a newer model now, but look at this thing. It is quite a bit bigger. It's got the smaller head attached, which is for hardwood floors. They'll still work on carpet, but mostly hardwood floors. This thing's got 60 minutes of runtime. And what's crazy about this thing, the trigger, I know it sounds weird, but it sounds and feels like a freaking spaceship. Like, I don't know if you've ever been in like a EV, a Tesla, especially like a Model S Plaid or something like that. You gun it and it's instant, just that throttle. Boop, it's basically the same thing. They've got these motors, especially in these newer higher end Dysons. They're just like, woo, woo. It literally sounds like that. And it's, it turns on and is fully sped up basically as fast as you can pull the trigger. So that in itself is kind of addicting. Weird, but addicting. Either way, that's going to do it for now. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for lots more videos just like this. Leave a comment guessing what that Dyson V9 is going for because there was no tag. Anywho, until next time, peace.